This is a Nova 4-player fixed card game which is being played with public randoms, intermediate plus ranked players. I'm the red player in this game and let's see which continent I should go for. I have my troops in a bunch of different areas, but I think maybe most sense will make me to go for Europe. So this is why I'm adding my troops here, and let's just attack a territory over here. And then I guess let's just fortify my troops out from Australia to Ural, and then I should fastly enough capture them. When it looks the black player will later go for Africa or Australia, and if I was him I will probably go for Australia, since in this game South America only has one border, so with the orange player capturing it, he probably wouldn't appreciate the black player going for Africa and invaded it. It looks like the black player will be going for South America himself, unless he's moving out to Africa. But let's see, and yes, I think he's going for South America himself. And the white player has the most troops in North America, so I think the white player will be going for North America. So unless the orange player does. And the orange player does, but I mean there are a lot of troops of the white player in North America, so I'm not sure how the orange player is going to deal with that. And let's just actually send the alliance request for everyone. Let's just have as many allies as possible, but let's see if anyone wants to be my ally in the first place. And it looks like I've got the alliances with the white and orange players. With the orange player, the alliance is probably really important since he has even 7 troops on Greenland, so I wouldn't like my Iceland border get invaded by him. And it looks like the white player might be contesting for North America with the orange player. The black player didn't accept my alliance request, so I think maybe he wouldn't let me hold Europe. So in that case, I think maybe I will switch my attention towards going for Australia. No Australia, nothing, guys. This time it will be my motto in this game. Otherwise, if a black player had accepted my alliance request, then I think I will have still going for Europe. But right now I think the Australian continent will be a better choice. And the black player has already captured South America. Let's actually see what are the ranks. The black player is intermediate, the orange player is a beginner rank player, and the white player is an expert. But I mean, looking to the min-max rank, I set intermediate as the minimum rank, so I don't understand how did the orange player qualified here. Looks like this system is broken in some way in regards to that. And I'm not sure, maybe the orange player will move out to Europe, so yeah, I will move most of the troops out from it. And right here maybe there will be some conflict between black, orange and white players. I don't know, we'll see. For now I think I will just attack the Australian troops over here, so both black and white players will have the Australian one troop territory to waste their troops on. And right here I'm fortifying my 2 troops from Iceland. So if the orange player wants to go for Europe, then he really could do that. And the black player is expanding to Africa from what it looks like. And do I have a set? I do not, but maybe I should still capture Australia in next turn. Let me think about that. Maybe I will be more careful, I don't know. Let's see what the orange player does, and he doesn't move into Europe, so maybe he will be still contesting for it with white player. In that case, the black player might be favored, since he will have South America with Africa getting even 5 troops per turn. Well, I haven't even got a single continent yet. But let's move out my troops out from Europe and let the orange player go for it as long as he wants to. Also, let's help out the black player from moving my troops out from Africa. I mean, they will still be crushed, so not a big deal for me at all. Even though I wouldn't like the black player getting Africa so fast, and maybe I should invade him. I mean, he doesn't guard that at all, and he haven't accepted my alliance request, so maybe I will just invade. Let's see what the white player does, and I think he crushes his troops into the orange player. Or what, do we really want to give away the game for the black player? I think if I was orange I will just switch going for Europe. He has a really good access and there's no troops in it, while if he wanted to go for North America, then he will have to crush even 32 troops of the white player. And let's trade in Iceland. I don't want my troops in Iceland. I want rather than have them in Irkutsk. And let's just finally capture Australia guy. And let's just make the black player do the troop split to properly guard all of his borders. I mean, if he doesn't guard Africa, then I will just invade it. So split your troops, black. in order to properly guard it. And I think the black player will just fortify his troops back to North Africa, and with that I will be able to invade him again. I mean, if the orange and white players are the biggest enemies with each other, then I think in that case I should fight black. Well, maybe not necessarily seriously, but I mean I could invade him into Africa for sure. So yeah. And the orange player finally moved out to Europe, so that's really promising news that the white and orange players won't destroy each other, but I mean I'm not that guaranteed yet. The white player has captured North America and fortified his biggest army next to the orange player. And I mean, let's try invading the black player again. I just want him make to properly guard all of his borders. Otherwise, if he had accepted my alliance request, then I would have just been fine with him, but since he doesn't want to be my ally, then I won't act as an ally either. Or I mean, I could obviously stay neutral, but in this case I think I want to force a black player to guard all of his borders properly. And let's see what the orange player does. And alright, he moves away from the white player, so that might be promising. Let's see what the white player does. I'm sorry, but I need to attack your territory. Why he doesn't attack the territory of the orange player? He's not that good of an ally right now. And let's just capture a territory over here. And I guess let's just do like this. I don't really want to make my Australian army trapped, so in case there some opportunity will come to take all of my opponents in a single turn, but probably that won't happen, but maybe I will still be able to take someone out. Who knows guys. But I don't really want to make my whole Australian army trapped. My whole Australian army to be isolated. And let's see if the white player takes out the orange player out, or will he just stop right here. But I think he's going to invade the black player, or I don't understand. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the white player wanted to do, but let's just trade in a set over here and attack one troop territory. I mean, now the black and white players are balancing each other out, so I do not really care that much about the black player holding Africa anymore. I mean, there's not northward player which will be in between, which will be in between and which will be getting more troops than me. So in that case, the orange player doesn't capture Europe. So in that case, the black and white players can really balance each other out. And the black player tries to wipe out my 2 troops territory, but miserably fails with his battle rolls. And he should just do a blitz attack. I mean, it's really favorable. I think that was 100% 6 BS2. So I'm not even sure why he's doing those battle rolls, but alright. It really made the black player waste some troops. Let's see what the orange player does. He's moving into Asia. Maybe not necessarily. He fortifies his troops back and stays on Ukraine. And the white player just attacks me and the black player at the same time. Or I mean, he just gone through his territories to invade the black player. Who knows? Let's just fortify my army here. For now my strategy will just be the most passive Australian turtle player ever. I would like to avoid from getting into conflicts, but we're going to see how that goes. But I'm putting my whole army in Siam and not capturing the territory in India, so my army will be always unleashed to attack someone if needed, or if some great opportunity came. The orange player is using the no continent turtle strategy. And let's see if the white player invades the black player, and yes, I really like the white player. He's a really good ally. And honestly, the black player gets weakened by a lot, it becomes weak, when I think I should really eliminate him from the game, as when the orange and white players are enemies with each other. So that will really favor me with diplomacy wise. And alright, the black player will invade the white player through another border, and that's what I really like to see, when 2 players fight with third one wins. But we're going to see how it will go in this case. I mean, there's still the 4th player in this situation, who goes by the name of the orange player. So yeah. And I mean, even without the orange player is without any continent at all, he is still very strong. And even stronger than me looking to the troops counter. But I mean, I haven't traded in my set yet. But I mean, I couldn't really take him out even if I wanted. I mean, that probably will just really destroy me. I will be eliminated next. And probably will just give the game for one of the players. And the white player captures North America. Let's see if he properly guards his border again. And yes, he does right now. He didn't even invade a black player in Africa. I thought probably he didn't have enough troops to do both. And for now, I think it doesn't really make much sense to attack anyone. I mean, it will probably make the most sense for me to eliminate the orange player. So as long as it's affordable and wouldn't ruin the game. As long as it wouldn't ruin the balance of the game. But I really wish the black and white players fought each other in a serious way. The orange player does a troop split, but no, it just 3 troops won and yeah, he just fortified his whole army on that territory and maybe he will intend to capture whole Europe. We're going to see how that goes, guys. Who knows what are the orange players' plans. So far the conflict between the black and white players has been ended, but maybe it will be established once again, who knows guys. For now I'm just staying as a passive Australian turtle player. No Australia, no win, we're going to win this game, guys. But yeah, it doesn't look like the orange player is going to hold Europe, as if not by one player it will be invaded, then by another one for sure. I think neither black player wants the orange player hold Europe, nor the white player wants the orange player hold Europe. Kinda sucks the white and black players don't fight each other anymore, but I'm wondering what about if I block my Australian army on purpose. I'm not sure how that will go, but for now let's just keep it open. But maybe if I block my Australian army, then maybe it will give more courage. But for now it looks like we stopped the conflict. So this is where we debate. Should I keep my army open and be prepared with some opportunity coming? Or should I block it on purpose so the white and black players will have more courage to fight with each other? And honestly, should I eliminate the orange player? I do have a set, but it will make me weak, but looking to the troops counter, the white and black players balancing each other out. So I don't want to attack black like the white player suggests me, but I'm thinking about eliminating the orange player, but I think I just leave it how it is as of now. I think that will make me very weak and maybe someone will still consider taking me out, so maybe the black player since his army will be unleashed, and in that case the game might be given away to the white player. So yeah, but the orange player trades in a set now, so my opportunity to take him out is gone either way, so I do not care that much at all. And the orange player finally captures Europe, and who knows, maybe my opponents will let him hold Europe right now. For I wish they didn't. Let's see if the white player invades orange. The black player accepts my lands request, let's send him thumbs up. Even it was so late alliance acceptance. After so many turns. Maybe let's just attack the orange player's territory over here, so he will potentially could go to the white player's border, but we're going to see how that goes. I mean, maybe that wouldn't be the most ideal for me if the orange player smashed his troops into the white player's army, but we're going to see. And the orange player just stops here. Let's just capture the black player's territory over here. Let's just fortify my troops here. I think the black player is going to attack China right now, so my army will have access towards North America as well. I don't really think he wants to attack the orange player's territories in Europe, but maybe he does right now, since he added his troops over here. And yes, that's really great to see for sure, but none of the players will be that satisfied of the orange player holding Europe. I don't really like the orange player trading in his sets at 3 cards, as it doesn't really give the opportunity for me to eliminate him from the game. So unless some other players crushed some troops into his biggest army, but how it is right now, it doesn't work to take him out at all. After taking him out, I would still like to be somewhat strong, rather than be barely alive and potentially risk of being eliminated by someone. So yeah, it will be actually great with the black player will crush the white player's army of 80 troops, or what the white player will start invading the black player in Africa again, or what just someone after all will crush some troops into the orange player, so then I could potentially think of taking him completely out. But I'm not sure how both my opponents between the white and black players will be willing to play for the second place, as in that case that will be an easy second place for them, but it's an unranked game, so we wouldn't gain anything from it. let's just capture a territory over here and let's continue building my big Australian army. But honestly, maybe I should have eliminated the orange player some turns ago while I thought doing that for the first time, as that doesn't let, as with me not taking the orange player out, that doesn't really let the white and black players really fight each other. So yeah, I think let's just keep a card over here. I don't really want to block my army and I do not really want to attack 3 troops either of a black or white player, since we could potentially take it very personally, which wouldn't be the best for the diplomacy. Alright, the orange player doesn't have a set right here, and looking to the troops counter, the black and white players had the same number of troops, so maybe I should really take the orange player out. Also, since these are the big armies, then maybe I will be supposed to get a good attacker's advantage. Should we go with this risky plan, guys? I mean, the game is called Risk after all. I mean, let's just go for it and just let's see how that goes. And yes, I got a really good blitz roll, and let's see a good game for the orange player. And let's just go with a sneaky, well, actually, firstly, let's fortify my army over here and my turn, and let's see a sneaky plan to the black player to attack the white player and to the white player to attack the black player. Let's see how it goes. Right now I will be using the neutral switch land strategy. Who knows how that goes, guys. Alright, the black player send me thumbs up, but yeah. I don't really want to fight any of those players. I just would like for them to start a conflict with each other. But yeah, as you can see, I really tried to progress the game. I mean, I could have just kept the orange player alive in this game, but I really want for the game to move on for a bit. The white player sent thumbs up to attack the black player, but he didn't really do much. He didn't invade the black player in Africa, and I mean, I'm the weakest player. And while I'm the weakest player, well, let's actually keep that number. And while I'm the weakest player, it's either for, there's two options. There are basically two options, either for the black and white players fight each other, as I'm not going to do the dirty work by helping one of them, or another option for them both to team up on me and in a mutually beneficial way to crush some troops into me, and in this way eventually end up in the 2-player endgame. But it looks like the black player is taking his turn, and please don't disconnect, don't leave the game. And alright, I thought he's maybe taking me out, but alright, he actually attacks a white player. I was really worried that he's just going to suicide on me. But yeah, I really like that attack. I think the white player probably got mad and will try to retaliate. And with that, maybe the game will be given away to me. So that will be really awesome for sure. But it looks like the white player will just recapture North America, and that's it. The plan didn't go in the way I wanted for it to go. But let's hope that the plan will continue going in a better way. Let's hope that the white player retaliates. Attack the black player. Don't you see the white player that I'm so much weaker when you attack yourself? Get down to my troops level, and only then I will consider attacking a black player as well. So make it mutually beneficial for us, rather than I will just be doing the dirty work for you as the weakest player. But yeah, let's hope a white player invades black into Africa, and let's see guys, and yes, he just did that. So that is really amazing for sure. I really like that move. Let's build a secondary army over here, I assume, and let's just attack a territory over here. The black player sent an angry machine. Let's see if he's going to retaliate to the white player. I think he could really invade him into North America again, taking into account that the white player doesn't guard one of his borders at all. So that is really awesome and amazing news. But I wish the black player would leave some troops into North America, so otherwise the white player will just recapture it easily. So yeah. But at the same time, the white player can easily invade the black player in Africa. Without the black player still holds South America. And alright, the white player put some more troops to protect his outer border. Not that many though. And let's just build the secondary army for absolutely no reason. Let's just capture a territory over here and end my turn. Now I will be a really big Australian turtle player. And alright, I really like the white player capturing the black player's territories again. But alright, he stops over here. alright, he doesn't stop over here, so the black player's army is unleashed towards the white player once again. And yeah, I really like the aggressiveness in the white player's eyes, but he just stops over here. Let's just attack the black player's territory as well and end my turn again. Let's see what the black player does right now. I mean, he got the access to invade the white player into his border again, but will he actually do that? Attack the black player, the white player says, and I kinda wish to attack the black player, but I'm not really sure what to do right now. I mean, I'm still a bit weaker. But yeah, let's see if the white player invades the black player into Africa, but no, he didn't. I think we're kinda switching to the turtling strategies as well. So I don't think we are going to ruin the balance of the game by over-attacking each other. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. I mean, I don't think we will go crazy on each other. I thought that by taking the orange player out, I will really encourage both them to fight and destroy and even over-destroy each other troops, but it looks like both of them know about the balance of the game, so that is not really happening that much as I expected for it to happen. But I think let's just strengthen my army over here right now, just by a bit, and let's attack a territory over here and end my turn. I probably don't want to build my biggest army over 100 troops or even 100 troops themselves, as that they might appear more threatening. While I think while I build a secondary army, I will appear a bit less threatening. Even though obviously it will just be better for me to build my troops into one big army. But with psychology wise, maybe it will work out for me building my troops into two different armies. Let's capture our territory over here again. And we do not really want to fight each other. I mean, what about if I just make my army blocked in Australia? Maybe that will work out. Maybe that will encourage them more to attack each other, but I don't know. Maybe it will just make no difference at all. But how about if we just try this? Let's just not completely block, but let's just split some troops over here and that will be it. And probably white player is going to crush the black player's army again. But what else? What else I could do to make both of my opponents fight each other? I mean, I could potentially help one of them out, but I mean, we're still quite stronger than me. So I will be kinda taken advantage of. And probably one of them will consider suiciding into me, since I'm fine with one of them holding +5 troops continents, while with another one not. And let's just strengthen my armies like this over here, fortifying my troops here, and let's see what is going to happen. Maybe the black player will break through the white player's border right now, since, well, not enough troops still. But let's just hope what the black player has a set soon. Let's capture a territory over here and end my turn again. And yes, we got equalized I've got my armies equalized. 33 troops each on India and China. And the black player trades an asset, and maybe he finally invades, but he stops right here. So no, he doesn't invade the white player. And this game has been really stalemating so far. But yes, finally, the white player invades the black player into Africa. Let's just attack a territory over here. I don't want to unleash the black player's army towards the white player's army, so the white player wouldn't feel being thrown under the bus. The black player recaptures Africa and that's it. Or maybe he fortifies his army next to the white player's army, but no, he doesn't. And the white player has a great opportunity to invade the black player into Africa again. Will he do that? And let's see. And yes, he does, guys. The black player has been invaded into Africa again. And let's just strengthen these armies over here, attacking one troop territory and fortifying all of the troops back. And let's see, maybe the black player, alright, he doesn't properly protect his borders. And since he fortified his troops into one big army, I'm thinking right now whether he prepares to suicide into the white player. I think maybe the black player have had enough of the white player. But I mean, it's an unrun game, so it wouldn't make too much of a sense. But to crush some troops of a white player to balance out with me will be great for sure. But let's see if he breaks through the white player's border and that suspense. And yes, he does, guys. Did he break the balance of the game? And yes, he did, guys. Yes, he did, guys. The balance of the game has been broken, and I'm about to win this game. I'm going to fortify my army out from the blocked place, and will just win the game. This the passive right here will just be a dumb idea, as I'm just dominating the whole game. And yeah. Attack the black player, I will attack the black player, but I will attack you as well. I will just take over as much of the stuff as possible, and will just fortify my army over here. Let's see, maybe I don't really think there's a way for them to bring the balance of the game to a normal state again, but let's see what we do. Let's see what we do, guy. I mean, the black player has ruined the balance of the game by over attacking white, so I think it will be more fair that I will take the black player out first over the white player. I think that will be the most fair way. And we finally realize that we should really attack me, but that it's just way too late. Nothing we can do over here. Let's see what the white player does. I think he takes over Australia, but that doesn't change anything at all. And let's just take out black player out from the game, capturing Africa and moving into South America. We'll do some troop split over here, maybe 7 troops will be enough, and let's see if I get good enough blitz rolls. And yes, I do, guys. And now moving into Europe, we will move into North America, and let's say a goodbye for the black player, and bam, bye bye the black player. And now it will be the same for the white player as well. Let's wipe out his territories from Asia and just crush our biggest army into him. And that's right. Let's see what the white player does, but doesn't matter what he does, as I have more troops than him, so nothing he can do over here. I think he could just surrender, looking to the troops counter and my experience level in the endgame, as I'm definitely not losing with so many troops in comparison to him. I mean, he breaks through all of my continents, but that doesn't change the fact that I won at all. He breaks into North America, and will he just end his turn? No, he goes for South America as well, and I think I will just simply wipe him out in a single turn. Let's trade in our set. Let's add my army over here. Let's wipe him out from Australia with my smaller army, obviously, rather than the bigger one. And yes, we just did that. And now let's move into South America as well. Let's do a troop split of maybe 7 troops again, and well played. The white player says thanks, good game. Let's wipe him out from South America, and let's see if I get a good enough blitz roll to completely take him out. And yes, I did, guys. 100 blitz. We just finally won this game. That was really awesome. And right here in the end stage, it actually says that the orange player was an intermediate rank player rather than a beginner one.